Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Crown My Run, welcome back to Parkrun, and it's a special one. W Mills is making his second appearance within a week, and I have sent him there with a mission to test out some old mouldy Vaporflies to find out if you really need to keep purchasing new ones. These original Vaporflies were purchased 3 years ago, already second-hand, and have over 400 kilometers just from us, probably over 500 kilometers in total. It's generally expected that you get a few hundred kilometers of best use out of super shoes, especially the older ones like these are. And with an Eastbourne Parkrun PB of a 1936, I have challenged W Mills to go for a sub 20 in these old super shoes, and if he manages that or close, I will decide if he deserves some new Christmas super shoes, courtesy of Crown. Let's get to it. Up and away W Mills heads on his quest to earn his Christmas presents this year. As usual, we have the stats here to check on his progress. Up the top left, his speed, his heart rate just below, and the distance down the bottom left. He's even managed to add the speed in kilometers an hour on the bottom right that I can't actually find on my camera. I don't think D Mills can either. So that's a lovely added bonus for you all. And ever the respectful young gentleman W Mills, starting not right near the front, starting a little bit further back to make sure the quickest runners can get out first, but that does mean he has a little bit of overtaking to do over these first few 100 meters before he can settle down to a pace and see and feel how these old mouldy Vaporflies are going to feel. The early indications are good though, 347, 346 per kilometer. He was trying to tell me he hadn't been feeling very good in the days leading up to this, but he is the king of bullshit, and Mr. Sawcalves is now beginning to creep down towards 330 per kilometer. He only needs 4 flat per kilometer for a sub 20. I am very, very excited by this start. You usually know that W Mills isn't mentally in the game very quickly, and it appears he has brought at least his B+ game. Might we see the A by the end, because we just got to be a little bit cautious. 353, 352, that's about PB pace. You settle into that pace for the rest of this Parkrun W Mills, and Crown will purchase you your very own 400-meter track. Coming to the first turn at 600 meters and 348 per kilometer still. I can see Whitecap on the bottom right here has overtaken him, so that is possibly why he's upped his speed to try and stay with him. He does need to be a little bit cautious, because this is more like 19 flat speed. And if he did pull that off, I think I'd have to maybe go for a sub 17 in these shoes, which I would not prefer. I would much prefer to use some nice shiny new Vaporflies. So let's hope he's good, but not that good today. About to turn right and go across the bridge, and it doesn't look like there's any sign of him letting up currently. He thankfully hasn't gone with that guy in the white top as he's motoring on, getting in the slipstream of Whitecap from earlier. We are just staying behind Blackcap here, which we have been for a little while, and we will shortly see what that first kilometer split's going to be. There we have it. W Mills has laid down a 3 minutes 52. That is the average speed of a 1925k. That is 40 seconds quicker than the challenge that I put to him in these shoes, and actually 16 seconds quicker than his current course PB as he goes past 2 runners. Blackcap has gone, chasing after the girl just ahead that overtook him just at the 1 kilometer mark. Can he keep this insanely hot speed up? Quarter of the way into this second kilometer, and he's doing all right here. He's still going 353 per kilometer, about to make his move on Woolly Hat, and it does look like this girl is dragging him along. He's not able to stick right behind her, which probably indicates he is pushing pretty hard. 172 heart rate for him is quite high as well. I reckon that is above his threshold. We could be hearing W Mills death coughs by the end of this, which doesn't happen very often. But Woolly Hat Man is not dead. He comes absolutely flying through. Will has lost a little bit of ground to the people ahead, but look at the actual pace, 353 per kilometer. He is still well on PB pace, but Woolly Hat Man, it looks like he's really increased the cadence massively from when it looked like he was quite dead and out of it a few hundred meters ago. Do we think he can keep this up? He is trying to lock onto that group ahead. W Mills is just maintaining his pace, maybe slowing a little bit, 355, 356. We will see how the next few hundred meters go.
Cheers.
The sounds of a man who really wants some brand new Vaporflies. Getting towards the end of the second kilometre now, and Woolly Hatman, to be fair to him, has maintained that speed. He's actually managed to drag Will back up to the back of this pack. So thank you, sir. What will this second kilometre be? A 3 minutes 53 seconds, only 1 second dropped from that first kilometre. I didn't think he'd be getting anywhere near these speeds in these Vaporflies. I thought he'd be hovering around 4 flat per kilometre and need a big last kick to go under sub 20. But this young man has other plans, and I am here for them. Is Woolly Hatman starting to fade again, though? You've got Grey Vest coming towards us, but the girl's getting away again, and Red Parkrun top and Whitecap have definitely put a little bit of distance on us in the last 200 or 300 metres. Will is just staying here for now, especially as the leaders, who are bloody flying, may I say, come back through on the other side of the road. But the speed is 4 flat per kilometre, so W Mills, if he wants to do something special today, is going to have to make the move. He has made the move, and he moves on behind Grey Vest now, approaching the turnaround and the halfway mark, and they both move on through past Uncle Albert, and we hit the turnaround in 9:47. Double that, and we would be coming home in 19:34, which is 2 seconds quicker than his course PB, and of course so much quicker than the goal today. Can he keep this going? He had slowed a bit before that turnaround. I was seeing his pace closer to 4 than 350, but now look at him, 345 per kilometre. He's caught again quite a lot of time up on the girl ahead that had put in probably about 5-6 seconds, but she's only 2 or 3 seconds up the road now. W Mills right behind Grey Top, and is he going to move through? This would be a bold old move at this point, but I think the runners on the opposite side of the path stop that for now, and he's probably realised in those 200 metres since the turnaround he was really going for it, so he just eases off now. 359 per kilometre. We want to see him probably going more towards 355 to just keep a nice consistent pace rather than surging and then dropping back, but he's in a great position from here to really attack a good time. And as I've said before, as he approaches the beginning of the 4th kilometre, this is how much do you really want it time. You can train however much you want. The 4th kilometre is always going to hurt like a bloody bitch. Grit those teeth and do something special, Dub Mills. There's the 3rd kilometre, and it's a 3:59, and despite the big surge just after the turnaround, the overall kilometre is by far his slowest one, but he does make the move on Grey Vest now. I love that every time that pace has dropped today, he has managed to find another gear, move on past someone, and then try and grab onto the next person. There's plenty of runners who are running around his pace, which is always helpful, and look at the pace. He's dropped back into the low 350s, and he's past the next person straight away, and out of absolutely nowhere, he is almost behind 50 Parkrun Red Top. And as he drives down into the mid 340s, let's have a listen in with how he's feeling. I would say he is just about a functioning human being who could maybe do some minor multiplication sums, but I think at any moment that will move into a why the hell have I come out and didn't stay at home in bed with the cat. Though he is thinking of moving past, but yes, he has gone past. And it is the girl in the black top just ahead next. But is this just another surge? 342 per kilometre. I mean, if he holds this speed to the end, he's going to get his overall PB of a 19:19. That was done at the absolutely rapid Hastings Parkrun. That's probably a tiny little bit short. What? You crazy. Totally legit PB for all involved. Anyway, back to W Mills. Has he gone far too early? There's over a mile to go still. Well, pretty much exactly a mile now. W Mills has woken up and chosen pain. He's decided, I'm fed up with everyone thinking that D Mills is the only brother that can enter the pain cave, that can go through the gates of hell. He can do it as well, and he's going to need to, because he has set himself up for such a huge time here. And if he completely capitulates, he will look like a bloody fool, and we will take the piss out of him for the rest of time. The girl ahead wants nothing to do with being overtaken by Dub Mills, though. She kicks on even further, but will that just make W Mills want it even more? Oh, he's definitely in a world of pain, everyone. 353 per kilometre. He's just gradually fading away at the moment. And there goes Grey Vest. Still a long, long way to go, well over a kilometre. But he's still miles ahead of getting a sub 20. Still, I think, pretty close or slightly ahead of the course PB 1936. And I don't think he's a mile off his overall PB of a 1919. He needs to just lock onto Grey Vest, think about anything but his lungs trying to come out of his mouth and get to that finish line as a hero. And for now, that's working as Grey Top drags him through past another runner, 3:53 per kilometre. Still PB speed. It's just taking a little bit more effort than it was at the start. The 4th kilometre of doom is finally over, and it's the quickest of the bunch. He has worked so damn hard in that 4th kilometre, a 3-minute 51, and he's left himself with a few options in this final kilometre. Completely capitulate 4:24, he'll still go sub 20. 4 flat, little bit of a capitulation, and he'll do his course PB. But if he can pick it up to around maybe 3:45, he could actually do his overall PB. With how he's sounding, that is going to be a tall order, and the pace has fallen to 4 flat per kilometre. But anything is possible with a Mills finishing kick.
Thank you.
And we've always got time to thank the Parkrun volunteers.
Thank you.
And again, he really is descending into the abyss, is W Mills. The pace really is not picking up. 600 metres to go. Can he manage to find something? At the moment, 4:10 per kilometre. Come on, W Mills. Don't throw it away. I want that course PB now. I don't care if I said sub 20. You know you want more. I don't think he's ever pushed this hard. He is on to break that course PB, but look at the time, 4:20 per kilometre. He's absolutely falling apart. This is probably where you want that little bit of something extra from your super shoes, and unfortunately these things are pretty dead. The stack height in Vaporfly is meant to be 40 millimetres. These are more like 30. They are so flattened out after all the running, but this will make it even sweeter if he does manage to break his course PB, knowing that in a fresh pair, sub 19 is well and truly on in the not-so-distant future. And with 400 metres to go, he's managed to just about scrape himself back into the 3s. Grey Top is trying his best to lead W Mills to the promised land, but he can't quite stay with him. I'm still praying for a kick at the end, but it doesn't look that likely. Just over 300 metres to go. He is into the 340s, though. Pants a cheers to the Marshal. 250 metres to go. Go on, Dub Mills. Take him last minute. He wouldn't expect it because you sound so dead. Oh, baby. D Mills is definitely your brother with those pants. Go on, lad. Kick for home. You can almost see the finish line. 100 metres to go. You're in the 330s. Can you find anything more for a sprint finish? No, he says he's fucked. I believe you, brother, but go on. There goes his overall PB, 1919. But can he break his Eastbourne PB? It looks like he's going to smash it. A 1925. What a bloody run. That, ladies and gentlemen, was special. There's the official results. A 1925 new PB at Eastbourne by 11 seconds, proving that you perhaps don't have to throw away those super shoes so early. We also have to thank Jack just ahead of W Mills for dragging him along at the end there, probably gaining him, I reckon, around 5 seconds. And thank you everyone for watching. We will be back very soon with a whole load of parkrun content for you guys. I'll see you then.